You take money from Zambia. See how stupid it is. You take money from Zambia. You go and buy a house in the United States that you visit 3 times in a year. Even if you are a thief, won't you be wise? Why not build the house in Zambia? The house in the United States, they are taxing you every month, but you still build there. They steal money from here. They go and invest in Dubai. Why not bring the same business to Zambia?
Welcome to Apostle Michael Orokpo Media, where spiritual hunger meets deep revelation.
And so the principality will continue. He will go to the politician and show him deals where he can make money. And the politician falls to the chain of corruption and begin to steal what he should provide for the people. And you take money from Zambia. See how stupid it is. You take money from Zambia. You go and buy a house in the United States that you visit 3 times in a year. Even if you are a thief, won't you be wise? Why not build the house in Zambia? The house in the United States, they are taxing you every month, but you still build there. They steal money from here. They go and invest in Dubai. Why not bring the same business to Zambia? But a prince is involved, and that prince uses corruption to create poverty, because even that poverty is a system. Because the guys who are stealing, they are stealing because of hunger. They are stealing because of frustration. The young ladies who are prostitutes, they are prostitutes because of hunger and poverty. So the principality uses the politician who has governmental power to loot money from the country and send the money out of the country, creating a poverty system in the land. And then the young generation, who should be the future, growing their potential, now turn to vices in order to survive. At the end of the day, a spiritual atmosphere is created. So you have those who are fornicators, you have those who are liars, you have those who are corrupt government officials. These are the atmosphere that allows the rulers of the darkness to come. When those atmospheres are created, the principalities know that if something is not done quickly, God can send intervention. So they will report back to the rulers of the darkness. The rulers of the darkness will now come. The work they do is to write laws. And so what they will do is to make sure those laws become cultures among men. And so you will know that before you become a government official, you must bribe. If you don't bribe, you can never become. It's a law. A ruler has written that law. The people can tell you, this person is a good man, but he can never become the leader, because there's a law. If you must become corrupt, because that law will make sure. That's what the rulers do. They are magistrates. They are the ones who bound people in captivity for aeons. Recently, in my country, we just had an election, and for the first time, a righteous man rose. A righteous man. Every time he speaks, he says, go and check my record. And they traced him. There was not one case of bribe. He never took money from anybody. When he left government, he paid everybody, contractors, workers alike. Everybody paid. They never found anything against him. The whole nation rose as though a revolution was about to begin. But you see, magistrates had written laws that before you become a ruler, you must be corrupt. And he refused to be corrupt. When they saw that the power of God was stirring the hearts of the young people and something was about to begin, the report we got from the observers was that the rigging this time was not by thugs, it was systemic. Even INEC was guilty. INEC. And this is not what Nigerians said, this is what observers said, that INEC did not follow their own regulation. So they had to use one way or the other, corruption must come in. And when the INEC chairman was doing what was wrong, and they asked him, he said, go to court, because he knows that the court is compromised. Because this is a law. It will take a kind of power to break it. Miracle service don't affect this one. This one, they are guardians in the spirit who are watching over it. The kind of power we are talking about is the power that brings about national emancipation. This is the kind of power that men like Moses had. It's not just about healing blind eyes, that one man can enter Egypt and say to Pharaoh, let my people go, and one man can bring down a civilization. That kind of power is no longer in the body of Christ. One man. Egypt was the strongest civilization in the world. God didn't send an army. He sent one man. And the man didn't come with battalions. He came with a staff. A staff. He entered Egypt with a staff and delivered people who were in captivity for 400 years. A captivity that is more ancient than himself. The captivity was older than him, but he came with a power that is ancient. With a staff, he brought down Egypt. When Moses spoke, his voice was like the voice of God. But there is a protocol.
If this message has blessed you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.